Okay, so ever feel like you're just constantly playing catch up?
Yeah.
Like with some invisible ideal life you're supposed to have.
Oh, absolutely. Scrolling through social media, maybe, or just measuring yourself against this imaginary finish line.
Exactly. Well, our source material for today's deep dive is it's short but really potent. It's called Embrace Where You Are, Thoughts from the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one line that just cuts right through all that noise. It says, embrace where you are, not where you think you should be.
It sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But underneath that simple sentence, there's a truth that I think most of us wrestle with pretty much daily.
Right.
We all get that nagging feeling
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, that we're not quite where we should be, career, relationships, whatever it is, even just daily happiness.
Totally. It feels universal.
Yeah, and this quote, it's not just like common sense. It points to this surprising little paradox that can actually shift your whole perspective.
Okay, so that's really our mission for this deep dive then. Let's try to unearth the wisdom in that quote and figure out, how it can actually work for you, the listener.
Sounds good.
We really want to dig into that core tension, right? The difference between your actual reality right now.
Where you are.
Yeah, versus that sort of phantom finish line you might feel you're always chasing.
Yeah.
What's the real cost of living in that gap? Always feeling like you're, falling short.
That's really the heart of it. Your current reality, like your actual skills today, your emotional state right now, your real circumstances, that is where you are,
Okay.
but where you think you should be. Often that's just a mirage. It might be some idealized future, sure, but more often it's probably an external expectation.
Like from society.
Yeah, society, social media feeds, maybe even family, with good intentions, but still external.
Right.
And what's really interesting is that other part of the title, Thoughts from the Heart. That's not just fluff, I think. It points towards using your own internal, authentic compass. It's like trying to navigate, say, London, using a map of Tokyo.
Yeah, that wouldn't work well.
Exactly. That's kind of what it feels like when you're chasing external goals that just don't line up with what's genuinely inside you, with your inner guidance.
Okay.
So when you tap into those thoughts from the heart, you're sort of recalibrating to your actual true north. And that can lead to real acceptance, maybe even some peace.
It's amazing how often we fall into that trap, though. As listeners, you might look at your job or your bank account or your fitness level, and instead of just seeing what is, you see it through this lens of what you imagine it should be, or, what someone else's perfectly curated life looks like online.
Right, the comparison game.
Yeah. But here's that paradox you mentioned, the one this quote reveals. Embracing where you are. It's not about settling. It's not stagnation.
No, not at all.
It's actually the only real ground you have to stand on to move forward. It's like trying to bake a cake.
Okay.
If you just keep wishing you had different ingredients or maybe a bigger kitchen, you're never going to actually start baking with what you've got.
Right. You stay stuck in wishing.
Yeah, exactly. But if you actually embrace your current pantry, your current kitchen, you might just whip up something surprisingly good.
That's a great analogy.
So when you genuinely accept your current reality, you gain this, incredible clarity. You're not being yanked around by some mirage anymore.
You're grounded.
You're grounded, standing on solid earth, ready to take your next real, authentic step. It's about building from truth, not from feeling like you're not good enough.
And this, right here, this is where the big shift can happen. When you truly accept and really engage with your present reality, guided by your authentic self.
Those thoughts from the heart.
Exactly, those thoughts from the heart.
Yeah.
You actually unlock a different kind of power. It's not about ditching your goals or ambitions. Not at all.
Right, it's not passive.
No. In fact, it's more like you're building this foundation of self-acceptance that allows for more sustainable growth, more meaningful growth.
Ah, interesting. So you stop wasting energy.
Yeah. You start burning all that energy on the shoulds, and you redirect it towards action that's genuine, that actually makes an impact for you.
So it's more strategic, in a way.
You could say that. Strategically grounded. It's the difference between running endlessly on a treadmill and actually taking steps forward on a path that feels like yours.
Okay, so let's bring this home for the listener. What does this all mean for your week ahead? Or maybe just your next conversation even. How might your perspective, or maybe just your next decision, how might that change if you focus purely on where you are right now?
Letting those thoughts from the heart lead.
Yeah, letting those lead instead of that exhausting, often kind of pointless chase after where you think you should be.
It's definitely something worth thinking about.
Just something to consider as you navigate your own unique journey this week.